We'll push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's Watson now on second down. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cole. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Back to throw, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
No. Check. Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go. 319. All right, now, lucky 56.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Reggie Ragland leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Lucky 56. Gone. Detroit. Gone.
On second down, Kelly. Oh, the pressure too great, And he goes down once more. Telvin Smith in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. No. Check. Patriot.
From the gun, Kelly. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there again as this offensive line is in tatters. 3 sacks in 3 plays. Here's Ryan Allen now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Target. Come back.
From the red zone now, Watson. Guys, man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jags have taken the early lead.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they worked their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Gone. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
Looking to throw on second. Here's Kelly. Wide open. It's Allen, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 43.
Gone. 56.
Out of the gun, it's Kelly. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Kelly to throw on 2nd down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now Kelly. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. Now he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. On 2nd down, Kamara. A little 360. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Richmond.
Watson on 3rd down. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Back 25.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to air one out. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Come back, come back. Two jet. Richmond.
Throwing again is Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe go to max protection. The biggest ones maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
3rd and long. It's Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Now the Titans getting set to go. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Jones. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Over.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Black 99 Philly, here we go.
On 1st down, it's Kelly. And to the right side here, it's Allen. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Here's Kelly looking to throw on 2nd down. It's caught on the right side at Smith. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
from the gun on third down. Kelly. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down, here's Watson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Lambeau will put this one through. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. 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 Detroit.
On 1st and 10, Kelly. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Push it back. Push it back. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
After the interception, here's Watson. The guy's man complete. A gain of 32 that time.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this, they were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Here's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Watson. And this is caught at the 8. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming.
Come back, come back. Two jet.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14
All right, now, lucky
yards.
56. Lucky 56.
Now a first down throw, Kelly. Toward the sideline, that's taken in by Allen. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Over! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Kelly now. From the gun, he'll throw. And now look at him go. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now Kelly throwing after the interception. Complete. Smith has it. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw is Kelly. To throw on 2nd down. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. The Titans on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Kelly operating from the gun. Kelly stripped. The ball is free. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Again, it's Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Watson. Throwing on 3rd and long. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's Kelly on 1st and 10. And Davis has it over the middle. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Watch him now, Barney!
Again, it's Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Gone! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Kelly. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Gone! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Slam! 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 What's the motion? What's the motion? Gone! 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 Gone!
To throw, Kelly. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith, and it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Kellen going up top. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Detroit!
Now Kelly. Open man, it's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Kelly now on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone! Gone, gone! All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Kelly. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Detroit! 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 Over! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Now Kelly throwing on first down. It's caught. Smith. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Leopard! 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 Leopard!
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that will shave one more off this lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Down! Black 22! Black 22! Tiger, Tiger, Tiger! Richmond, Richmond! Tiger, Tiger, Tiger! Tiger, Tiger, Tiger! Two jet! Two jet!
Throwing now, Watson. Space to maneuver at the 40. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 47 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
I got 83, I got 83.
Watson on 1st down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Green, the line! Green, the line! Tiger, Tiger, Tiger!
From the gun, here's Watson. Looking deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kevin Byard. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys who's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Jags, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.